Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is actually kind of a weird one. I'm actually not recording a video. I'm reposting a video from Joe Lagowski's channel on Saturday evening my time, Sunday afternoon for Joe. We did a live video together showing off Element. We played 9 holes and let everyone come in and ask some questions. Joe was kind enough to let me download that video and repost it on our channel for everyone to see if you weren't able to make it or weren't aware of it. Yeah, I'm not really going to say much about it. But thanks, thank you, Joe, for doing that. And I encourage everyone to check out his channel. And yeah, without further ado, take a look. And if you have questions based on anything that you saw or anything that was said, um, yeah, reach out to me either in our Discord, links in the description, or of course on the channel here. Yeah, I hope you all enjoy it, and can't wait to hear what everyone thinks. Enjoy.
Okay, we should be live. Guys, let me know if we're live. Welcome back to the channel. Let me just get Brett up again. I think I've done something with the... there we go, Brett's up. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a special one because we are live with Brett, and I'm sure Mike's going to be hanging out in the comment section as well from Spectrum Golf Technologies. Today we're talking about the Element, and we're going to go play a few holes. I'm in Australia, obviously, halfway around the world. Brett is in Canada. Yeah, welcome to the channel, Brett.
Yeah, Joe, thanks for having us. Yeah, pretty excited to do this. Actually feeling a little bit nervous about it. But yeah, this will be fun. Just playing around a golf and yeah, showing off the unit and what it can do. And we'll answer whatever questions come up, as many as we can. I also got some questions via email, so I'll try to address those as well. I'll bring them up a little bit later.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I'm just adjusting my course volume because we're wearing the earbuds, obviously, and I had just birds chirping like ridiculously loud in my ear. Nice. So I guess we'll get questions as they come in, guys. I've got a few talking points as well, but definitely feel free to put questions up. I'm sure Mike's got to be hanging out in the comment section, hasn't he? But yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Okay. Putting Canada on the map. DJ Vision IT is saying. I've got to say, yeah, there's Mike. Lovely.
Perfect.
The Spectrum, look, I wouldn't say it's put Canada on the map, but I mean, what this unit has been able to do for, you know, something that's not even released yet is incredible. We'll wait for people to join the chat and then we'll start like getting into questions. So Turbo's saying, is the Element V3 in production stage, Brett?
Not quite. We're close. So basically, where we're at right now, like literally in this second, I have 5 units that are built. They just need to be calibrated and the covers put on. 3 of those will go to testers in my local area, and then 2 will go from 2 will go to labs probably this week to begin the certification process, which will take about depending on the test 2 to 4 weeks. If we pass, we can sell units, start the pre-order, and start the limited release. So best case scenario, end of year, like mid to end of December. Realistically, probably January 2026 is our goal. Obviously, if testing comes back with a issue where we need to change something or modify something to make sure that we're legal and safe, that will delay things. But I've done a lot of testing in-house, so I bought the relevant standards so I could review them, and I've done a bunch of testing to like kind of be confident before we send it off. It's a pretty expensive thing to do, so we want to be, you know, sure that we can pass on the first go. So yeah, so realistically, end of the year, January probably would be really, really great. And I can't start a pre-order or say this is a marketable device until two things. Well, I guess, sorry. If we didn't have test units out, I could say it's a product and we're gonna sell it. But we do have test units out, prototype units, so I can't say that it's a marketable device that's for sale. At this point, it's a prototype device. As soon as we pass certification and recall those test units, we can start the pre-order, and we'll do a limited release to gauge interest and see if it's viable for us. Obviously, we hope so and we think so, but yeah, January basically is what we're looking at.
Just on that as well, mate, have you settled on a cost? Is cost sorted yet, or?
I'm pretty confident in saying it'll be sub $1,250 US, and we want to get lower than that. So sub $1,250.
That's pretty incredible. I know there'll be a lot of people that are like at sub $1,250. That's seriously good. That is seriously competitive for what you get. We've had a question come in. One of the guys, he's got to jump off, but he said, and this might put you on the spot. He said, I think we'd all love some clarity over current and future. Oh, the chats are coming in now. Hang on. Love some clarity over current and future element capabilities versus competitors like Square and Nova. I think I'll jump in for Square real quick, because I think Square is a unit that you're going to get what you get, right? So with Square, it's out now, it's working extremely well, but you kind of get what you get. I feel like they've kind of, they might add club data, club speed, sorry. If they were to add club speed, though, you would have thought they would have already done it. So you get what you get. Whereas with Element and Nova, I'll let you talk about the Element stuff, but I know Nova's got a lot of stuff that they're bringing in the background as well. Not only are you going to get a launch monitor, but you're getting a lot of other connectivity as well with certain things like cameras and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Square, I think I said this in a live that I did previously, one of your kind of weekly lives. Square was kind of like a punch to the gut. Like, they kind of beat us to what we wanted to be. Saying that, even so, I think we offer some more. So I think we have the accuracy. I think we have, the basic features, the ball data. Of course, everyone needs that. But we've also, in the last, few months, and Joe, like, you've done a review of club data. The basic club data is there, and we've already kind of surpassed Square in that regard. And from a hardware perspective, there's no real reason why we can't expand that further to like the full face plane metrics. So that would be like face to path, lie angle. Of course, I'm blanking now. Dynamic loft, spin loft, et cetera, et cetera. And actually, one that's come up in our Discord recently is low point. We think we can do all those things. To be very clear, right now we have angle of attack, club path, and club speed, as well as actually horizontal impact location, which is not perfect, but we'll work on it. And then I think furthermore, we're tiny, right? We're just a couple guys building these, in our garage, in our basement. Hopefully, in the future that becomes, built for us. But with that comes a little bit of flexibility and the ability to respond to requests and add features that bigger companies they're not nimble. So, we can do some cool things in that regard. And I had another point and I'm forgetting it now. But anyways, if I think about it, I'll show it, I'll yell at Joe and we'll talk about it. But anyways, oh, sorry. Yeah. It was really just more an expansion on that. Like, we think we can expand this further. We will be working on, and we think we can get dimple spin or like unmarked ball tracking for spin working.
That's exciting.
So like, if we can expand club data and get that working, those two things alone, like for sure, put us, in a tier above Square. I believe Nova as well. I don't think they're dimple tracking. Maybe you can correct me.
Nova's not dimple tracking, no.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think we can do some things. And, if I'm worst case scenario and I'm, not a really proud guy, like I'll say like you're supporting like a community project in a sense. Like we want this to be open to everybody. And yeah, it's coming from little bit of a different place than like a Square or a Unicore or a SkyTrack or whatever. So yeah, I hope we can, get that price down as much as possible to keep it feasible and, viable. But yeah, we're a little different than the other guys in that way.
So I guess to like summarize that, with a Square, you buy it and you get it. That's your product you're going to get. With Element and with Nova, they're open systems. So like Mike just said in the comment system, their ecosystem's not closed. And so with that, they're going to be able to add things like, support for driverless USB slow motion cameras. They're going to be able to, add things like Brett, I know he's working on more club data. So not just like your standard club data. We're talking about like GC quad like metrics and things like that. So it's an open ecosystem and, adding certain things. If you're a part of that community and you say, hey, guys, I'd love to have a putting mode on this unit, then they can obviously look into that and try and, support the community and give you guys what you want. That's what you're kind of buying into. All right. Are you in Royal New Kent now, Brett?
Yes. 379 yard par. Yeah. 4, but it looks pretty drivable to me, if I'm honest. What's our elevation out here?
Yeah, for you, mate. For you, it is. No. It's pretty much sea level. I'm gonna lead us off because I've cooled down. I'm sure you have. That's my excuse. Yeah. And then we'll keep answering questions as we're kind of playing. I've seen there's a few. There's a few people in the chat. I know Sandro's in the chat. He obviously is Unreal Golf for you guys that, watch him. Let me change views. We'll go to playing mode, and then we should be able to still see. My computer is struggling, I'm not going to lie. This is taking its time. There we go. Okay.
It's not really about the golf.
No, it's not about the golf. I don't know how this is going to go.
Just saying that because I know I'm going to get beat real bad here.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I'm quite stiff. I've hooked that off the first.
Oh boy.
I went for the green. Right. Get out. Go.
Are we playing stroke or match play?
I think it's stroke, but can I just say I did actually have a bit of ball speed there for me.
That is. So Joe likes to talk about my ball speed because we played, oh my goodness, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And at that time I was playing a lot of golf. I don't think I've played a full round in over a year. And yeah, so anyways, my ball speed is nowhere close to where it used to be. So that bunker looks pretty appetizing, to be honest. Okay. Oh, and that's where
I was trying to go.
Yeah, I've been sitting here for a while, so I got my unit. So the Element will sit in ball detection mode for, it won't sit there forever. At some point, it'll go into like a standby mode, just so that we don't have, LEDs driving forever and ever. So anyways, yeah, I just had to reset that. Oh boy, here we go. This has been wild. I tried to hit some balls today and get ready for this, but it wasn't very nice. So we'll see what we get. Oh, also left, but it might work.
That is actually not bad. Kick left. Kick left.
So like talking about ball speed, Joe got me.
When you smother hook it, you do tend to get a bit more ball speed. I had a question. I'll hit, but I got someone saying, how long do these things take to make?
So the like initial release units will be 3D printed. That's the longest part. I can assemble and assembly takes me about an hour, maybe a little bit more right now, but I'm like working at like getting it more assembly lines so I can build, 10 or 20 at a time, and that will help speed things up, on a per unit basis. And calibration is like a 20-minute thing for me. So yeah, like, I could build personally. I didn't have a full-time job, but obviously if we get a lot of sales, maybe this will be my full-time job. I could easily build, 5, 6 of them in a day, and Mike could probably do the same. So anyways, yeah, like it's not incredibly long. It's not super efficient for sure at this point, but we'll get there. And if there's huge demand, we'll start outsourcing things a little bit here. Oh boy,
Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
And I guess just on that then, while you're hitting your shot, or Mike, feel free to chime in. So when you guys are such a small team, it's a community build, you're making these things as you can. What is support going to be like then? And I know with me, every time I message you, it's like you get back to me within 2 seconds. And if I have an issue with the launch monitor, you and Mike send me an update and fix it straight away. But what is support going to be like when you have, say, 1,000 of these things worldwide?
Yeah, so I mean, if we sell 1,000, we're going to be having to look at, expanding our it'll go from a home build project to something bigger than that for sure. Pine straw. Oh boy, let's see.
That's going to be good. That'll feed. Feed. That's a lovely shot, mate.
I thought that would feed more, but.
One thing I will say as well is just look at the speed. This thing sends shots into the world. Like, it's so quick. So quick. It's wild. All right.
Camera here. My 18-month-old was hanging around and stole my lob wedge. So.
Oh, nice. Actually, what I'll do I should show you guys. I'll show you after this shot. No, I'll show you now. Why not? So this unit uses like a web interface, and you're able to get this on. I'll show you this. I've got it on my iPad as well at the same time. I'll probably go full screen in a minute and show these guys, but I've got it through my PC now, but you can also log on from any device and you can have your interface for this unit, and it just mirrors it. It's really cool. All right.
Yeah. It's kind of cool to be able to have like multiple devices as well. So like if you're running on a PC with a monitor that's not necessarily visible to you, you can set up a phone or a tablet and see all that information.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, we got a chance.
Mate, I just pushed it.
All right.
I pushed it 0.7 of a degree. That cost me.
Yeah. Actually, after we finish this hold, Joe, you should go full screen on your PC because I want to talk about club data a little bit as well.
Yeah, cool.
I don't have all of my clubs marked. So club data on some will look a little bit different, but I'll grab some stickers and try to
so all of my clubs have stickers on. So every single shot you see from me will have club data. Semin Bronco. Oh, he's made it. Great part. Semin Bronco saying, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time. Semin Bronco saying, are all balls supported? And what I'll say is this unit requires markings on the ball to track. So me and Brett are both using TaylorMade Pix golf balls. But I don't know whether you were in the chat when Brett talked about it, but ultimately these guys want to dimple track, ultimately. However, right now it's relying on the markings. I'll let you explain, Brett.
Yeah, so I would say The algorithm that we're using now, Pix is kind of what we designed it around, but it's a little bit more flexible than just like Pix balls. So like even actually, Joe, hold your ball up again. We're both using Pix balls, but we're using different Pix balls. There's different shapes or whatever. So not like a big thing to point out, but in theory at least, and I have tested it with, yeah, exactly. So that should work. I've put dots on the ball. Dots will work. Bigger logos like are more like, yeah, like a Callaway logo versus like a Titleist logo. If you're familiar, Titleist is a very faint logo. It's very, fine writing. That one doesn't work very well. Callaway actually works quite good, but our advice is use Pix balls, but we'll try to expand this algorithm to be as flexible as possible to use, any ball that you want to, so that it'll pick up on, whatever markings are on the ball. And then the future goal is, of course, dimples, which I've gotten really close, but not quite there. But I haven't tried since we've upgraded our hardware. So that's the goal. The ultimate goal would be, dimple tracking. So you can use any ball you want, but again, that's like that's not guaranteed. No guarantee.
Yeah, nice. What else have we got? Let me scroll down. It's good to see Mike's in there answering a lot of the questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so Aston Owner saying risk investing in small. Oh, we got Ben in the chat. G'day, Ben. It's good to see you, mate.
Yeah, we got Triple Bogey Golf. Yeah, he's on our
bogeys.
list. And
Yeah.
sorry, we haven't chatted in a while, but as soon as Mike has units ready, you're right up there.
So I got Aston Owner asking. He said the risk is investing in a small company. Software is critical for launch monitors, not hardware. Hardware is kind of important. He's saying open source isn't people creating software free. And then when will you be where will you be in another 24 months? What's the midterm plan?
Yeah, so we're going to be, like you asked, what happens when they have 1,000 units out. For the first, realistically, I kind of see this as the first 6 months. We're going to be doing like waves of sales. It's going to be 50 at a time, 100 at a time. But to gauge interest, to raise funds, to mainly expand manufacturing. And like, if we can sell several hundred units and the interest is there and we can, start bringing on board, people to help us put them together if that's necessary, accountants, lawyers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like the threshold point for me personally becoming my full-time job, something that I dedicate, hopefully, the foreseeable future to this is honestly, I need to personally sell 1 or 2 units a day, which is not that many in the grand scheme of things. Like I can build much more than that. So me personally, and maybe Mike, you think differently, but like, this is something that I want to, this isn't just like, hey, cool little side project. I mean, it for sure is at this very minute, but this is something that I want to, and Mike wants to see succeed, and we will bring on help and grow this based on demand, right? So yeah, like, I can't tell you where we're gonna be in 24 months. I really hope we're selling a whole bunch of units and we're making some money and we're working on an overhead unit or have an overhead unit and, just growing. We are, I hate the word, but we're a startup. We are a startup. We've started this and we're doing these videos and we're releasing this unit and talking to the community, and we understand that there's a gamble for sure. We understand that there's some risk that in 8 months it doesn't succeed and we're gone. Like that is a real thing. But so yeah, we're asking for some belief and we're both committed to it and we believe it can succeed. We know it's quality enough. It's just a matter of whether there's demand and we can continue moving it forward. So yeah, kind of a roundabout answer, but yeah, I really hope in 24 months we have Element is out there and being manufactured not by us, and we have an overhead hopefully out there in 24 months. My goodness, yeah, I would really hope to see an overhead out there, also at a really nice price. So.
All right, hit your drive because I don't like the scores on the board at the moment. I know you're trying to stall.
Yeah.
What I think what kind of you're talking about is, look, you need the backing, right, to get this thing going, because in a perfect world, you need to not be part of the manufacturing process because your time would be best spent, dedicated to looking at the software, getting all the club data refined, adding more club data, building an overhead launch monitor, etc. I think, but you've got to have the money to actually be able to do that, right? And so it's a catch-22. No subscriptions. Someone just asked about the Unicore iMini Core. With the iMini Core, you're not getting club data unless you pay an additional fee, and then also you're going to have ongoing subscriptions. Talk to me about subscriptions, mate. Let's because I know, look, no consumers like subscriptions. Are they a necessary evil?
Oh, we'd make a lot more money if we did.
Yeah.
We don't want to. Like it's like, so background to this. So this started because I couldn't afford, or I shouldn't say I couldn't afford. I couldn't justify spending the amount of money I needed to get a quality launch monitor. So I started playing around, released a YouTube video. I met Mike, and the rest is history. And when we talked, we had the common idea that we hate how expensive these units out there are. We hate how limiting they are, and the subscription fees are just ridiculous. Like, it just makes no sense to either of us, and that's something that we just don't want to do. We would have to have a pretty, let's just say this, no subscription for ball data, no subscription for club data, no subscription for, what you see now, and quite a bit more. We would have to have something really, really unique and dramatic to even consider a subscription, or we'd have to be in a lot of trouble and we would put it out there to the community. But the basic answer is no subscription. We don't want that. We hate that.
Yeah, nice.
Also, I just want to say, I wasn't really paying attention to the round of golf here. I just kind of looked at the thing and like, oh, 3-iron looked like a good idea, not realizing it was a par 5.
Yeah, I thought it was odd. I thought, look, I know you're long, but even though you hit 3-iron, you still have a shorter shot in than me.
260. Oh boy. You think that's all hazard, or no? It's not hazard.
It's not. It's just it's just junk.
Maybe driver off the decks to play here.
I don't think you need it, mate. I don't think you need it.
I'm gonna try my little I'm gonna try my 2-iron here. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, 2-iron. That is. So you haven't played golf for a year, and you're about to hit a 2-iron over like just a massive like chasm. Like,
let's just see how it goes first, Joe. Before you pump my tires. Pulled it, but it hit it good.
We got Sandro from Unreal Golf saying, I'm sure 500 of my subscribers will be ready to buy this as soon as it's ready. I've been sharing my excitement. You guys will definitely blow up, which is good. There's going to be a lot of people keen to buy this thing. Does the hardware have the potential to have a okay, this is actually really good. So is it Mackenzie saying, does the hardware have potential to have the impact vision camera like the iMini does?
Potentially. So we do have ports for external cameras. I will say, and this, I don't want to get into it too much about what I was about to say, but the initial 50 units or so may not have those ports, and the only reason for that is we don't have the code to support the cameras. We have the hardware to support the cameras, but it's just not been a priority. And our priority is getting through certification. So those first units, so this kind of forced me into this, will be sold at a discount because you're not getting all of the features. But we have the hardware. It's doable to have external cameras. We could also do remotely triggered cameras. And we want to make those cameras a little bit flexible. So like basically what I would like to see is two versions. One is like just a standard swing camera, run that like 200 frames per second, something like that. And then like a higher frame rate camera that you could use for an impact vision camera. Set it up, beside the unit or whatever you want to do that could serve that purpose. We should also be able to do like replay videos of the videos that we actually capture that we use to process the data.
Yeah, that's what I think they were hitting on. Like, can you use the cameras in the unit right now to give the replay?
Yeah, no, it's not a feature right now, but Mike, maybe you can answer this more accurately than I can. I don't see that being an issue, and I would love to do that.
That's cool. Nice.
All right, let's do this. 55. What's the hotkey? Got it. Nice. Why? Perfect. I literally haven't played that long that I don't know the hotkey or thought I didn't know the hotkey to get the green map.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Also, another
guys,
guy. Yep.
No, I was just gonna say, anyone who knows me knows I love to ramble and go off topic. So if I don't answer your question, ask it again, or if you want clarification, just throw it in there, and I'll try to be more to the point.
We got Jim saying, have you looked into farming out 3D printing parts to save some time?
Right.
That's a good shot.
Thank you. Yeah. Honestly, the cost of 3D printers these days and the quality of 3D printers you can get, and the cost of outsourcing 3D printing wouldn't make sense right away. We would go, I kind of foresee this going from, we're building them at home. I have 3 printers set up in my garage. If we need to, I'll throw another 3, 4, 5, 6 down in the basement. So I don't think that's going to be the holdup, really. It's for sure the slowest part, but my biggest fear, and people have already touched on this, is I don't want to get so big so fast that we can't support. We do need to just stage the releases a little bit, gauge interest, and if we see the interest, we can seriously consider investors and more support, and then looking at injection molding and having them manufactured. I think it's going to be the first 6 months is, or not even 6 months, the first 2 or 3 months, I really think is going to be okay, do we want to put up the money ourselves? Do we want to put up a couple $100,000 to move to this next level and get things injection molded, design and injection molded for us and really scale up production? I don't really see this I don't want to be building them long term. Like you said, my time is better spent testing. It's better spent marketing and talking to customers and doing all of these other things, and working on more club data and working on dimple spin and working on the overhead. That's where my passion is, and that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as basically this start is going to be a kind of a Kickstarter start kind of deal where we raise, sell X amount of units, maybe in waves, raise enough funds, gain enough confidence that we're not going to pour tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars into something that is doomed. So yeah, I guess we're asking for a little bit of patience, but yeah, we want it to go further. And I think, we're not going to do this long term, and it'll be we're not going to do like the 3D printing long term or the building ourselves long term.
Yeah.
It'll be injection molding is for sure the way to go. So it's just a matter of having the confidence to spend, $100,000 or, actually, I mean, that's not far off what it'll cost to move to that stage of manufacture.
Yeah.
Oh boy, okay, moving a bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit outside the ride, isn't it? Bryce is saying, how far would you guys be away from an official connector to GS Pro?
Oh, I hammered that.
Just rammed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't think I did, but it was way downhill and wasn't paying attention. Official GS Pro connector, that's up to GS Pro.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. I mean, you've told me it's coming.
Yeah, like we've talked to them in the past. I haven't talked to them, recently, but basically the communication there was show us it's real and we'll talk.
Yeah. I mean, look, in my testing, like I've done a lot of videos with the Element, and it's incredibly accurate for for me. I use it and yeah. See, it even got your pull on your putt as well.
Yeah.
For me, like I use it and I just go, this is accurate. Like it feels exactly like the Pro T. It's wild how similar it feels.
Yeah, I mean, I remember our very first video, and I said, every unit has air. It's just a matter of getting it small enough so that it's not noticeable, for the player that's using it. You're a pretty good player, so that like stands out to me. That gives me a lot of confidence. Myself, like I was a scratch golfer. That was my goal to, have a unit that could improve my game. And yeah, I think I feel like we've been there. I feel like even my original 2x4 unit was there, but there's just so much more to creating a product than just like a proof of concept like that. And that's what that was. Like, it's like
100%. Yeah.
It works. It's accurate. I trust it. But it's got to be more than that. And that more than that is so difficult, so time consuming. I really cannot tell you the amount of time I've put into and Mike has put into getting it to a point where it can be, commercial unit, can be legal to sell, matches or is nice or roll out. Meets all of these certifications and regulations, et cetera, et cetera. It's honestly a little bit discouraging and sad that like you could have this, amazing, thing, but at the end of the day, you have all of these hoops to jump through, to go from a working device to something that you can sell. And it makes sense. It's all about, safety and, because we use Wi-Fi, there's radio interference, regulations and stuff. So there's lots of stuff that, we've had to go through and look at. And
it's not like building the launch monitor. You'd think is the hard part, and you've absolutely nailed the launch monitor. But now I guess it's the certification. It's, getting these things made potentially, in a factory somewhere, building a business. Like it's crazy. It's not just about building an incredible launch monitor.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Like I had the pieces. Even before Mike joined, I had the pieces. And I will say, Mike deserves an unbelievable amount of credit for like the unit that you're using right now. Like how quick it is, how refined it is, the UI, all that stuff. Like, man, like there is, I posted that video looking for help and I thought I knew what I wanted or needed. And I'm glad I found Mike because he yeah, he deserves a huge amount of credit for all of the work that he's done and how far he's progressed the unit.
Yeah, no, he's been an amazing asset, and he's a really nice guy as well.
Hugely.
So this is actually really interesting. Eric, who is a channel member of mine and a really nice guy, I'm actually meeting up with him tomorrow. He's said the company he works for produces components and using injection molding. If I ever could help, I gladly would. So
yeah, please, please reach out. I'm, like I said, I'm not. I don't know. Mike would probably say different. I'm gonna say I'm not a proud guy in terms of asking. Well, no, Mike would say I love asking for help. I probably drive him crazy. I'm stubborn, but if you can help us, by all means, please. I'm happy, even just a chat for some pointers, some advice. If you can help us out further, yeah, please. Maybe Joe, after we finish up here, throw my email in the description and throw my Discord on there or link to the. Come on now. Oh, that was close. Anyways, yeah, put our contact information out there because we can use help for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll chat to Eric tomorrow anyway, and jump on the Discord. Mike, are you able to chuck the Discord link in the chat right now so people can just jump on? Ben is just gone. He's gone mad.
He's gone mad. What do you say?
He's doing super chats.
Come on, Ben, send that to us, not Joe. We need it.
We got Scott. Scott POB16. Absolute legend of a guy. He said he's been watching the story unfold for a while now. Amazing the journey you've been on. Great work.
Oh, get on the spot. There we go. Holy cow. So it turns out my weak link is speed.
Yeah, putting speed, yeah.
Yeah. I do remember saying back in the day, it's ridiculous, how soft you actually. Oh, thank goodness.
Good putt, mate. Good putt.
It makes sense outdoors. You got the fear in your heart, but inside it's a little hard to feel. All right.
Absolutely.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. That is not. Yeah. Can I just say, can I give a massive shout out to CE Sim Golf, to Chris, because my PC is running all of this, including streaming it and everything, and this course is smooth as butter and it looks insane. That guy has refined this course. It is incredible. Massive shout out to Chris.
Yeah, it's a beautiful course. It's crazy how good the courses are these days.
I know, this is wild. It's just amazing. I'm just going to do a little forward off this one, mate. Bunt a little forward down there.
It's pretty good ball speed on a forward.
Yeah, it's been getting up. Maybe I should have hit driver. That's 170 in.
Yeah, we're just going to go for it. We got nothing to lose here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can actually hit a shot. Let's try to hit a game over here. It's 303 to there. That with a little cut would be real nice. Calling out shots like I can play.
Yeah. Having this on the iPad as well, the software is just so good.
Oh, I overcooked it, but I did it. Oh my God, I barely covered your forward.
Joe will transfer all super chats back to SGT. Here we go. Judd's chirping. He's saying Joe is going to be the SGT number 2 when he returns, when he takes his break. You're actually right. I'm going to have a month off. What about, Brett, do you want to talk about hitting area while I'm hitting this? Talk about the hitting area size, both with the club metrics and then also the ball only, because the ball only is ridiculously big.
Yeah, so, yeah, Joe just alluded to it there. So we actually have two hitting areas, so to speak, or two sized hitting areas. So you have the option for club data. You can turn it, if you want it, you can have it, or you can turn it off. And what turning it off gets you is a larger hitting area. So the standard hitting area is, I don't know, Joe, maybe you can call me out if I'm being generous, but I'd say from the unit outwards, I would say it's about 10 inches deep and about 6 inches wide, roughly. But as soon as you turn club data off, all of that real estate that's, you know, capturing the club coming into impact becomes hitting area. So you get, I want to say it's about 1.5 feet wide when you turn club data off, which is pretty cool. So if you don't need it,
it's huge.
It's huge.
So a lot of people go, oh, well, why, you know, getting this over a square or whatever? This unit has an incredibly big hitting area when you turn that. Even with the club data on, it's bigger than the square. When you turn it off, it is insane how big it is. And I always talk about my hitting strip. So my hitting strip is, 30 centimetres wide. I can, with the club data on, I can putt from the far left-hand side and I can hit my driver from the right-hand side. So it's a massive area. And when you turn that club data off, the depth of it is just, it's wild how big it is. It is just crazy. And like wherever you put the ball in there, you're going to get the same metrics. So it's not like it's real touchy if you had it on the far left-hand corner of the hitting area. It's still going to perform the same. So it's not like, you know, real touchy to where you actually have the ball placed in that area. So hitting area is massive.
Yeah, for sure. Like the unit should be reading data, or like, yeah, it should be looking at the ball, looking at the club data. It doesn't matter how close, how far away you are, how far down the target line or far back you are. If it sees the ball, it detects it in the hitting area, it should be all fair and everything should be read correctly. Like there's no bias in that. Like we chose cameras or camera lenses and do our calibration so that the whole area is valid and accurate.
I've literally burnt the edge on every single putt, mate.
I know. This could be a very different match very quick.
Lefties. So what about lefties? We've got four hybrid golf asking, I'm a lefty, how does it work for different handed hitters?
Same as right-handed players. You just have to, when you create your profile in the web app, you just have to choose your handedness and let it know that you're left-handed.
Great putt.
Oh.
Very, very, very good putt. Oh, here we go. Par 5. Here we go. I want to see. So, Brett used to have 180 plus ball speed, and now he's getting old. He doesn't have that anymore.
It's not. I don't think it's the age. I think it's not playing and sitting in front of a desk at my Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job, and then coming home and sitting at a desk working on this stupid thing. Ruining my golf game.
I'm going to hit it in those bunkers, I think. No way I'm carrying those bunkers, but I'm going to give it a smash anyway. Bit of fun.
Man, it's on a rope.
Sit.
167 in there. There's a 0 chance I can clear that, but we're going to try anyways.
Yeah, I just was like, whatever, let's just smash it.
Since you brought it up. Yeah, it's funny. Well, actually, that's pretty ridiculous to try, but we're gonna give her a go.
I'll talk about the update process. So to update this unit, it's really simple. So you go to their web interface, and I know Brett's done a video on this, but you go down to the tab where it has the settings, and then it's over-the-air updates. So you don't need to manually do anything and download. It's over the air. You literally go to their web interface and push download. It takes like 3 seconds, and it's downloaded and good to go on your device. So in terms of like updates for the unit, they happen really quick, and the guys can push things out, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fairly like pain-free process. Works pretty quick. Actually, it's worth mentioning too. Joe and I are actually playing on different versions of software right now.
Oh, you've got a version of software where the ball goes straighter when you hit it. Is that what?
Yeah, no, I just knocked the spin down by 50%. Just to the spin axis down by 50%. Yeah.
Good shot, mate.
Yeah, that's why you need that That's actually why you need that official integration to play GS Pro and play money matches. Is because, like technically, back in the day when I had my unit, there was nothing stopping me from adding 10% to my ball speed. Nothing stopping me from changing the spin axis. But
that's crazy, isn't it?
No point or fun in that. So
no, exactly. I don't know if this is going to get over the lip. I got an 8 iron. I'll try and hit high.
8.3 down. I like how we both laid up here. We both did the stupid thing and hit driver, and then both laid up.
We literally could have hit forward, and it would have been on the green.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, we've got hey, it's Finney saying, what is the downside of this unit? Well, the obvious downside is it's a small team, right? You've got 2 guys essentially that are building them at home. So I guess that's the downside. But in saying that, it's a downside, but you could look at it as kind of like, hey, it's a small team, but you're joining a small community. So with that, you've got a pretty big voice. And so if you're having issues, you can literally message on the Discord and say, hey, Brett, I'm having these issues. Mike, I'm having these issues or whatever. So the downside you can kind of turn into you can put a spin on it.
Yeah. Actually, Joe, I'm glad you said it that way because I was kind of thinking as you started that question that, exactly. The downside and the upside might be the same thing depending on what you're looking for, right? We can be agile. We are passionate and, we both just love talking to the community and we want this to be a really cool thing. Like you don't spend 3 years or longer realistically working on this project, just for the sake of it. Obviously, like we love golf, we love technology, and we hated, what was out there. So like we're a little bit of a different breed, and I think realistically, like I don't want to be unicorn, I don't want to be foresight. Like I want to have really cool, unique units, and we want to have no subscriptions. We want to be involved in the community, and if that means we're a little bit smaller, so be it. I think like just I don't know. We really like what we're working on. Oh, 40. Oh boy, 36, 45. The swing. Okay.
Settle.
Sit down.
Settle.
Down.
Yeah, nice putt. We had a software question in, but Mike is like, he's solid, man. He's just in the chat, just answering like all the questions, which is fantastic. We've got Greg McDonald just pipe up though when software is spoken about, and he said, "Yep," and it'll connect to others. Guy. Yeah, and others. Right. Let's make a putt. I haven't made anything today. Come on.
Uh-oh.
There we go. He's back.
Down by 2. All right,
He's
here
back.
we go. Step it up, Brett. Come on. This is
Come
going to be
on.
about the round of golf. We're going to have to stop talking about the unit. Very much going to become about the round of golf here. Real
Here we go. That's it. Yeah, we'll both just become really quiet. Man, I'd love to play this course in real life. It is unreal.
Where is Royal New Kent?
It is. What? Let me Google. It's on the East Coast, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Let me check. Chase that one. Chase that one, Brett. Go.
169. 169K.
Yes, it does have an Ethernet port. So actually, that's a good point to talk about. So Brian, I'm using this unit over Wi-Fi at the moment. And that's just because I didn't want to have an Ethernet cable running to the unit. If I was going to do this properly, I would Ethernet and then I would run it under my mat because then it's just going to be clean. It's going to be a wired connection. Having said that, though, great drive, mate. This thing over Wi-Fi, this thing over Wi-Fi is unreal. Like it's solid. The data goes through really quick. So, yeah, I'd probably Ethernet. If it was my only unit and I was setting it up properly, I'd Ethernet and I'd run the cables under the turf.
Yeah, I guess on that point, so my setup, actually I don't even know what you got going on at home, Joe, but I know you're in your garage, it's connected to your house. My garage, this is in my garage, but I have an old 70s bungalow with a detached garage. So my router, I used to have a repeater in here. My router is about 45, 50 feet away. Go. So on
That's
Wi-Fi,
gonna rip. Oh, that just ripped back.
Did it ever? Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So I'm in my garage. Wi-Fi does work for me, even though my router is like 45 feet away and 2 exterior walls to deal with. But I run Ethernet on it generally. But it does work on Wi-Fi even at that range. So that's pretty decent, I think, in my mind.
Yeah. So this course is in Virginia. So yeah, East Coast.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting East Coast of the U.S. Just the Royal throws me off. I automatically think the U.K.
So do you know what's funny is this course was actually designed, Mike Strands designed this from 2 Irish courses, Royal Portrush and Ballybunion. So this course was he basically went there and went, those are my 2 favourite courses, came back and went, I'm going to build something that is that. And so this whole course has that real UK links feel, and that's why I just love it so much.
Okay, Joe, what's the math here? 75 feet, 5'5" uphill. What's that? That's
You're not putting this. Are you putting this?
Yeah, I'm putting it on 120 feet. Yeah, but I leave it short going back.
I legit need a calculator. So what are we? 25.
25
plus
105.
So you want to go
130 feet.
50 plus. It's about 140 feet, and then you've got you've got fringe to go through as well. So I'd play it like 150 feet.
At the ball speed this is going to be going, I don't think the fringe matters too much, but yeah. So I'm doing this kind of on purpose because I've selected putter.
Yes.
If you select putter, it behaves as a putt. If you don't, it'll behave as a normal shot. So it's important if you're off the green and you want to putt, 130 feet. I mean, you do your like official test, so you know what this feels like. I have no idea what 130 feet feels like.
It feels hard. You need to hit it.
Oh, I hit it.
It's spin.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So
29 miles per hour, too much. Okay, got it.
what I will say is you don't want to go long on this one, mate.
We might putt it again. Screw it. Got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Let's putt it.
So we got,
right,
hey, it's Finney asking, how hard do you think dimple tracking will be to solve? So have a think about that, Brett, while you're putting this one.
While I'm putting down this cliff, yeah. 44 feet down 65 feet, 70. Okay, call it 45 feet. Okay.
It's got to go, hasn't it? That's
How
not a
does that
bad
not
effort,
get in
mate.
there?
That's not a bad effort.
Get in there. Get in there. Come on. Yes.
Nice.
Perfect. Just
Nice.
bleeding thoughts to Joe here, but that's okay. Okay. Sorry. Question. Dimple. Dimple spin.
How hard is dimple tracking going to be to solve?
Dimple tracking's hard for sure. But we think we know what the solution is, but our old hardware didn't allow us to do it the way that we wanted to. Our new hardware does, and we might be selling the unit without dimple tracking. But we're sending the unit. Nice birdie.
Yeah, GS Pro like froze on me for some reason. That was odd. Yeah.
So
Anyway.
So dimple tracking. So currently cannot do it. We've upgraded hardware since we last tried, and I got really close. Like I actually had some successful shots, but it just wasn't reliable enough to like. I wouldn't claim that it worked. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But Mike and I have talked about it a lot, and we have an idea in our head that should allow us, using the cameras that we have, to do it. And we're going to certify the unit. So when we send the units for testing, we're going to put them in the appropriate state. Obviously, I can't share too much about it. Appropriate state so that we can potentially add that feature in the future. And the new hardware, we think, is the solution for us to get to that point. So I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that. It's very, very difficult. All of this is very, very difficult. That one in particular is extra hard to pull off, but we think we're set up for it. It just comes down to having the time to really dive into it and give it a go.
Yeah. And I guess the thing is, like, with dimple tracking, it's like, would you rather a unit that is perfect when it's using marked balls, or would you rather a unit that dimple tracks that has misreads and, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be amazing if it was, because that's the ultimate, right? Everyone wants dimple tracking, but at the end of the day, yeah.
Oh, that could be decent.
I reckon that's going to be good. Sit. We got soft greens. That's perfect.
Oh, come back.
Look at this.
Not bad.
I've got like 100-foot putt now as well.
Yes.
Oh,
don't
this
hit
is
29 miles per hour.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
I guess on the dimple spin thing, and you mentioned do you want okay data on a cool feature or really good data on something that's rock solid but maybe not as convenient? I'll be honest, I think that's actually something that has held me back personally, where my standards for this are extraordinarily high. If it's not working perfectly or as close to perfect as I can get it. It just really hasn't. I don't move it along. Like I just don't want it to be out there. So to maybe a detriment even. So I will say that if we get dimple spin out there, it's either going to be fantastic or it's going to come with a huge asterisk saying this is experimental. Like, yeah, I don't know. And even if that's the case, I don't know if I don't know if I would want it out there. I just don't. I want it to be good. I want it to be accurate so badly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's kind of like we've talked about this, and that's how you've kind of approached this whole thing as accuracy first. You know, first and foremost, accuracy is like that's your primary thing, accuracy. And look, being perfectly honest, you've nailed it. You've absolutely nailed it.
Well, that's really great to hear, and yeah, that's exactly it. I've always kind of thought that if it's not, sit down. Put it through. Yeah, if it's not accurate, if it's not giving valuable feedback, like there's no point. Like I don't want to bring up units, but like I don't understand why companies. Well, I do understand why companies would do it because there's a lot of golfers, high handicap golfers that unfortunately probably see certain metrics and think, oh, that's really cool. That'll help me. But if there's no accuracy there, I don't know how valuable it is. I really don't. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't think it's great to offer data that's not up to par.
Yeah. DJ Vision IT is saying, Joe, are you going to sell them at Bayside? Look, I guess Bayside and Sam, that's a whole separate thing. That's kind of, I'm there working for Sam. And so, like, I can recommend, like, hey, I think this unit is amazing. I think, Nova is an amazing unit. It's up to Sam because the thing with this is when we are talking about, like, a commercial place selling these units, you've got to remember that we don't want to spend, like, if there are technical issues, we don't want to spend, all day helping people with technical issues. It bogs down a lot of time. And so will we be selling them at Bayside? Not in the near future, but potentially in the long-term future. Yeah, there is a possibility. When I played this hole the other day, I cut this corner, but I'm not going to do it today. I think it's way too far.
You got over that. That's impressive. Wow.
We'll just do a little bunt driver down there.
Bunt driver, 169.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, so I guess I can also kind of offer a little bit of insight into that question about Bayside selling the unit. I guess there's two big things about that. One, in Australia, two, a commercial retailer. So because we are building these ourselves, in North America, you're not legally required to have, some of you will be familiar with this, like a CE stamp on your electrical device. Basically what that stamp says is that it meets certain criteria, has passed certain tests, but comes with a whole host of extra, like, factory inspections and things like that, which of course will not make a lot of sense, for us right off the hop. So what we're doing is we're certifying our units where we need to. So that's with the FCC ISED in Canada. So that's for, like, radio communications. And then what we're doing is we're doing all of the tests that the CE stamp would normally require, but we're not going to have the stamp on the unit. And that's just to make our life a little bit easier, at least at first. With that, basically means is most retailers would not stock our unit. This is going to be sold direct to user from us. For
Direct to consumer,
like that.
Yeah,
exactly. So not to say that, retailers can't sell it. It's just that without that stamp, generally speaking, that's something that they don't do. But like I said, we're going to do all of the tests, make sure that it meets all of the criteria. Oh, please go. Please go. Please go. Don't rip.
Don't rip back.
Oh. Stop, please.
That's going to come all the way back to... no, it's staying.
Oh, we got away with it.
Okay.
Man, that spin. Anyhow, yeah. Will Bayside sell it? Maybe, hopefully. I mean, that would be amazing, but I understand if they wouldn't, at least at the initial stages. All sales will be initially direct to consumer from us.
Brian Pinkley had a good question there. Will we need a case for the unit to protect it from stray balls? You can kind of see, I'll quickly, I'm heading from quite far away from the unit. Like this unit, it's not like the square, like it's almost double the distance. I don't know how you do it. Like it can read the balls quite far away. The only time I've had a ball hit my square unit was when my kids hit such a bad shank that it came off the toe and went directly dead right. So I'll leave you with that, Brett.
Yeah, so there's a couple things there. Yeah, I would say all units are susceptible to a hit. All units are susceptible to damage, and pretty much all units, either offered by the company themselves or by a third party, have a shank tank of some sort.
Yeah.
If you're worried about that, I highly suggest that, we don't have one right now, but if someone wants to design one, we'd be happy to sell it or, pass, that link on so that it could be sold by you. But yeah, for sure, I would say with all launch monitors, protect your unit. For me personally, I've been hitting balls for years and years. I've never hit a unit, but I'm coming from a place that, potentially a lot of golfers are not. I haven't toe shanked the ball in 30 years, but
wait till your boy gets old enough, mate. He will 100%. He will toe shank one, I'm sure.
For sure. Yeah, actually, I already got him plastic clubs, and I'm trying to teach him how to swing. So he was in here today.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But yeah, he'll ruin a unit for sure. So yes, I would say generally speaking, if you are concerned with that, or you are a little bit of a higher handicap, that might be a potential issue, or you have kids where that might be a potential issue. Yeah, protect your investment, because even our unit, it's not inexpensive for a lot of people. So yeah, protect your investment, spend the extra $100, and I'm sure the second this thing's on the market, for Go Fix or Spike will come out with some shank tank, and
you read my mind.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? People will come up with a solution. I don't necessarily feel like that's my responsibility or our responsibility to necessarily design a unit that can take a full-blown shank. That's a lot of force depending on who's hitting that ball. Obviously, it's designed to meet certification requirements, which are pretty stringent actually. When you release something out on the market, it actually has to be quite incredibly strong. But of course, there's going to be weak points, and I'd say buy a shank tank if you're concerned about that. The nice thing about our unit, with club data turned on, you're almost perpendicular to the unit. So
you are,
unit's here, and your target line is this way.
You're almost in line with it. Yeah,
you're almost hitting in line. So it would have to be a hell of a toe shank to hit the unit with club data on. If you turn club data off, you can move back and it becomes, more accessible, I would say. But yeah. If you're concerned, I'm sure we'll see some solutions out there in the near future.
So from the golf ball being at the far forward part of the hitting area, I'll just put this, there we go, that's locked on. I am, in reference to the cameras, I'm about an inch behind the cameras there. So you're pretty much in line, with the unit. It's...
Yeah, it would be tough, but like you said,
it can happen, 100%.
Those those sticky jam hand kids will get ya.
Yeah, it's the toe shanks.
Yeah.
I think Bryce said that as well. He's like, it's the toe shots that get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So like I said, like I've hit, oh my goodness, I've probably hit 30,000 balls on my unit, never come close. I have for sure shanked a few, but my shanks are, kind of going into the corner of the screen, not, 80, 90 degrees. Oh boy, I'm getting stomped here. I better catch up. I need to make a birdie. I made one on the first hole, and that's it.
Yeah, you got off to that hot start, and then I just started throwing questions at you and just just trying to sidetrack you.
Yeah, well, birdie on one is a bad omen in my world, so yeah.
All right, what's the biggest ball speed we've had today? It's got to be like 171, isn't it? I think you had almost 172.
I honestly I've not been really looking at it, and yeah, and it just, again, for anyone watching club data, not all of my clubs are marked, so club data looks a little funny on my shots. I've got a bunch of experimental clubs set up for smaller markers, different markers, and potentially like full face metric markers. So yeah.
Tried to roast it, hit it way out the heel.
Oh yeah, hit it right out on the heel, right down the middle.
Actually, Brett, do you want to talk about the club metrics on screen? Because I want to talk about driver angle of attack. That's the only metric that now is reporting as incorrect, but it's not. Yeah. You talk about it because I don't know the ins and outs.
Okay, this will be interesting actually. So this got brought up in a round that Joe played where driver angle of attack was negative. And I kind of suspected this, and we looked into it. Mike actually found the issue. Literally just like a negative sign where it shouldn't be. What we were actually doing was calculating the magnitude rather than like an angle with while considering up or down. So what was happening was angle of attack was being reported. Basically, as always, a negative value. It was actually always positive, but we made it negative because that's how generally you swing a golf club. So yeah, we kind of hooped ourselves there. But that has actually been fixed now. And I'm really hoping this works that I said that, because Joe was on the old software. That
I need to download an update.
Yeah, so Joe has the angle of attack. That would have showed up negative for you, I'm assuming?
Yeah, 6.4 down, which I hit when I tried to slaughter that. So my bad move is getting inside. And so you've got 6.4 up, essentially, is what it would have been on the ball.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, I'll offer some commentary here. But this should, because I'm on new software, hopefully this is positive, even though I'm like pretty steep. But
yeah, you hit down on driver, don't you?
No, it's up, but it's not nearly 6 degrees. Probably like 3.
Okay. Oh, it's not showing on mine. That's annoying.
Oh no. Okay, what do I got on mine? Where's my club data? I don't even have club data turned on mine. Do I have no? Wait, hold on a second here. Do you have mulligans enabled?
Yeah, hang on. I think I do. Let me check. T squared. I want to quickly let me turn mulligans on. Mulligans. No.
No, it's actually okay. So I don't know why that didn't go through for you, but I'll just snip this.
So Todd, my unit is sitting. I'm going to say I'm pretty sure that's a 12 mil gym mat, or it might be a centimetre. Mine's sitting about a centimetre higher than my hitting mat, Todd, in terms of, yours are a couple of inches. Okay, I'd have to test, Todd. That's quite a long way above, to be honest. You couldn't raise your stance mat up, could you, mate? Is that going to put you, like, your swing into the roof, is it?
You're using a Sig Pro Soft, I imagine. It's that much higher.
Shout out to T squared, by the way. He's like your what's that new course, Todd, you came out with? I played it the other day and it was just unreal. I filmed a video. It's going to be out on the channel at some point. Yeah, you'd have to adjust your mat, mate. You'd just have to put some gym mats under it or something.
I don't know if you can show this, Joe, but
Yeah.
so I very intentionally was trying to be very up on that. I'll see
And
if
were
I
you
can
like
post-
one down?
No. I got it. I stayed on my back foot. How the heck do I chat to you or share this?
Yeah, DPC Spanish. That was, mate. It is unreal. I'm trying to film a bunch of content, so when I pull the sim down, and we're moving for like a month, like the sim's probably going to be down for like 3 weeks or something. I've got a bunch of content filmed, hopefully, and I'll be releasing it every now and then. All right, what have we got?
So I just sent you. I sent it in WhatsApp just because it was convenient. But yeah, like I really tried to get that up. So yeah. But anyways, it's reporting positive now. So yeah, should be works on mine. Doesn't quite work on Joe's.
7.8 up. How would I get that to my PC? Do you know what? I'm just gonna show people.
Just share that
116, 116, 116 for club speed, 7.8 angle of attack up. Do you want to talk about, so with this unit as well, you are getting, it's kind of like a, would you call it a beta parameter? You're getting horizontal impact location with the sticker.
Yeah, so I'd say that number is really accurate about, like I've put tape on my clubs and like got the calipers out and figured it out. I'd say 80% of the time it's like really, really good within like, 2 mil, at least on my end. I'm curious to see like what you found. If you see a really out to lunch number on that, I would say you probably have to question all of the club data. They're kind of tied together.
True. Okay.
So,
do you know, when you said that, all I thought of was Anchorman, where he's like, it's right. What does he say? It's 100% right 80% of the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really tough one to get. And club data, it gets really tricky on like chip shots and stuff, where like you just don't have a lot of club speed to work with.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in
yeah,
general,
that's
like,
actually a good point. Yeah.
I've had, I'll put like painter's tape or duct tape on my club and hit shots and, measure the distance from the impact location to the marker. And yeah, actually, are you showing on your screen the horizontal impact location?
I'm not, no.
Why don't you throw it up and we can why don't we do the little game where we tell everyone where we hit it and see if it matches up?
Oh, mate, do you know what I've learned since having the, Eric, you legend. Eric's just done a $20 super chat. Do you know what I've learned since having the Pro Tee is I thought being a good golfer, I can tell where I hit it on the face. What I learned after having the Pro Tee, honestly, I'll be like I healed that completely and it was just thin. So, yeah, I wouldn't put much weight on what I think anyway.
Yeah. Before you got to the end of that, I was going to say, you're saying being a good golfer, you can't quite tell where you hit it, but you play really well. I can tell where I hit it, but I don't play that well.
Yeah.
But yes, I would completely agree that thin is a perfectly like in-line horizontal thin shot to me feels quite heely.
Yeah, it does. All right, how am I going to hit this? 14.
Toe is easier to feel because it just torques so bad in your hands that like it's like, come on now. All right.
Cheers, Eric. I appreciate that, mate.
I guess I have a chance here to gain one. It's probably unlikely, but we'll give it a wrap.
So Todd T squared. T squared is a Canadian, mate, and I think he needs a test unit.
Yeah, he probably does. Actually, well, I don't know, T squared, am I allowed to say that you put one of our units in one of your driving ranges?
That's cool.
I think I saw Sneaky Joe stand in the background, maybe.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not ruining everything, but yeah. Okay, 14 yards, so 42 feet. Minus. Yeah, okay. This is going to be quick. And before I forget, select putter. If you're off the green, select putter. It tries to detect putter for you. But,
before you hit this, look at the horizontal impact. It said negative 0.7 on that one. It had my club path as 2.2 into out, 1.2 down. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's yeah, I can't see what you're seeing, but I believe we report it in centimeters, so 0.7 centimeters, I think, is what we do.
Okay. Yep.
Skate. Maybe
Come
skate?
on.
No, don't.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh, it broke. It broke right at the end.
Oh no.
That is wild.
Little clean up here. All right. Come on, I knew I was gonna lose, but like, come on, make a birdie. 5, 8, 6, 7.
Yeah. Nice one, mate. Nice one.
All right. Okay, we're through 9. Joe, do you want to take 5 minutes here?
Yeah, I just sent you a message.
Oh,
While
did you?
while you're looking at that, what I want to show people is the actual. I just love. If I was gonna using this unit, I've got this obviously on my computer reporting to GS Pro. But if I was going to use this, I would actually have my iPad down here, and so you can see all your metrics in front of you. And you can also see it. You get the pop-up. Let me pull up. How am I going to do this with you? I want to pull
I have
up.
something cool to show people too.
I want to pull up. Let me just go back to this view. And what I'm going to do is bear with me. I want to show you. I want to show people what the interface kind of looks like. So I've got this interface on my PC that's feeding into GS Pro. I also have the exact same interface on my iPad, and they're both live and they're both real time. So I can put the ball down. I'm going to not put it in the hitting area because I'm going to show you kind of the hitting area you get. And now real time, I have the exact same image on my iPad showing me where that hitting zone is. And if I put the ball in the hitting area, it'll lock on, and then it's locked on the iPad as well. And so it's fantastic. You get... I didn't even know you could do this, Brett, until you told me this morning. And I thought, that is just so good.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to show...
that, but...
I want to show people this as well. So you've got this toggle that says club data. So if I turn that off, I want to show you how big this area gets because it's wild. So I'll, again, not put it in the hitting area. Look at that. I mean, that is nuts. The hitting area for this thing is, I mean, that is a significant hitting area. Yeah, I mean, that's wild how big that is. But yeah, I love it. Talk to me about this interface real quick. Like, what are you guys planning with this interface? Because obviously with this unit, people are going to get it. You get this, obviously your metrics, you're going to get your overhead and your plan view. In the future, is there going to be a driving range or something? Because if people get this, ideally you'd have some sort of driving range so you don't have to invest in GS Pro up front, and then later down the line, obviously investing in GS Pro or a third-party golf subscription is good. But ideally you'd have something on the web page. What's coming with this web page?
Yeah, so I'm speculating a little bit. We probably won't design it personally, but we are we've talked to a couple people, a couple companies, some people working on their own new things that might show up or might be able to assist us in like getting to that point. So it might, I don't know if it's going to be exactly in this or if it's going to be like an application that has to be on your computer. But it's something that's on our radar and something that we would like to see. And like, I really would like to see like, yeah, at the very least, driving range and like a short game area, whether it's like, full courses, like that's another subject topic. But yeah, I would really like to see some form of driving range at the very minimum. And I would like to see a short game area. And in the research that I've done, based on how this has been made, I think we can actually implement a driving range, but I just don't have the time to build it right now. So I've kind of been talking to someone to maybe just build it for me and see if we can, slide it in kind of deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, yeah. So we're gonna try to do that for sure. And I'm sure, and if we're successful and we actually start selling a bunch of units, then like, obviously that's going to be something that people want. And if people are buying it even without that, it's something that I want to provide. So we'll figure it out and we'll find a way to have at least those basic features. Yeah, so I guess hopefully that answers that. And then I guess as far as integrations go, so we're open to, and we've reached out to Awesome Golf, E6, GS Pro, a couple other lesser known simulator options, some open source simulator options. So we'll we'll integrate with, like, we're not gonna turn anyone away. Like if it's not, if it takes us 3 months to integrate with you, that might be one thing. But like if we can do it reasonably, in a reasonable time, and or you're like a huge market player, of course we'll integrate.
Yeah.
And then I know you have to go, Joe, but I just want to show something really quick. So this is kind of cool. This is very, very new. Let me just pull this up and then hide it. So yeah, so this is like my dev unit. And it doesn't have covers on it, so you're kind of seeing some internals, but let me just go SGT, find ball. So this is like early, it's a little bit naked, but early days. So something that you don't have that I have. And it looks way brighter on camera than what I'm seeing. But in the middle, we have a status bar now. So that's yellow for standby, which matches the color in the SGT web application.
Yeah.
And if you go find ball, it goes to, you can actually see the LEDs flashing there. But so the LEDs you cannot see with your naked eye. It's just because we're using a webcam. Very sensitive infrared light. When you're using this unit, you do not see that. But anyways, when it's looking for a ball, it kind of goes strobes blue, back and forth.
I need that. I need that in my life.
We'll add a whole bunch of cool features and like cool little like lighting things. It looks way more distracting on camera. I'm kind of actually sad I showed that because it's actually like quite beautiful and subtle. Looking at it right.
Look, this is a spoiler because like for everybody that stayed this whole time, like I know a few people have been in and out. We're probably at, how many people are live right now? 53. So this is kind of like, thank you for staying for this whole video because I didn't think you were going to show that off, Brett. I really didn't think you were going to show that off.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we chatted before and I mentioned that, I had been tweaking with the unit. I might have messed with the calibration and I was a little bit worried about it. So I was thinking about going to another unit that I have on standby that didn't have it, but I really wanted to show it. So, and honestly, the unit worked great. Like nothing felt off. And I was just having,
That's cool. So will that, just real quick, I do have to go, but so will that status bar, when you put a ball there and it's got ball lock, will that change green?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
that's so good.
And actually, Mike mentioned this too. Something that I never thought of is, I think we're going to go with color and pattern because he mentioned something I never thought about is people who are colorblind won't see color. So pattern, some sort of pattern, some sort of, strobing effect or whatever will allow the people who are colorblind to actually see what status it is.
That is so clever, and that's why Mike is who he is. Like, who thinks of that? Like, that's yeah.
Well, he mentioned that he's like he's worked in software for many years, and that's like something that he has to consider or gets brought up in his world. So not something in my world. Like I was like, yeah, just color, like cool colors and whatever. But it's like, no, like a flash or a pattern or something to make it so you don't need to know actually what color is being displayed would be beneficial.
That's cool. All right, guys, I'm going to have to end it there. I have jobs to do this afternoon, but massive thank you to Brett and Mike I know Mike's been hanging out in the comments. We might drag Mike into a video. I reckon he's camera shy, but we might drag him. We might try and drag Mike and get his face out there so you guys can see the man behind a lot of the stuff as well. Massive thank you to you guys for allowing me to bring this to the golf community, because this is huge and this device is incredible. It's seriously accurate, and I can't wait for you guys to get this thing out to everybody, because I think it's the answer that a lot of people have been waiting for. So, yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, we sure hope so.
All right, guys.
And just want to say a quick thank you, to everyone that joined, and thank you, Joe. Thanks for showing off the unit, and thanks to everyone who came and watched, and everyone who couldn't make it but has been, a huge supporter and has joined the Discord and etc. You're the base that we're doing this for, at this point. So thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it.
Nice. Just to end, at the end of this video, I will be putting the Discord link in the description of this video. Once YouTube finishes processing it, I'll be able to edit the description. Jump down there. Go join the Discord, because these guys are insanely active on the Discord, and they're there. If you've got any questions, jump on the Discord, punch them in there. The guys will answer them. So, yeah. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed that, and we will catch you in the next one.